Today I'm going to show you how to find cells which contain all of many words in Excel. Okay, so I have a data set over here, and what I want to do here is I want to find which one of these cells, if any, contains all of these three keywords. So as you know, it's possible to do a Control F and search one keyword at a time, but I want to find cells that contain all three and to mark and indicate those cells or those rows only. And here are the steps for doing so. The first step is that I have to select and highlight the keywords. And then I have to create a dynamic table. And here's how I do that. After selecting the keywords, I go to the top left-hand corner and I choose a name for my dynamic table. In this case, I'll call it keywords. And then I'll click enter. So as indicated over here, our dynamic table has been created. The next step is to apply this formula, which is currently on the screen, to this range over here. So I will copy and paste this formula in cell C2, and a little bit later on I'll explain how this formula works. But first I will copy and paste it and I will apply it to the full range. So here's how it goes, and I'll drag it all the way down. So as you can see, this formula has returned either true or false, and only for one of the rows it's returned true. For the other ones it's returned false, and that's because only this one cell over here contains all these three keywords: account, interest, and credit. So let's verify that very quickly. So we have account, we have credit, and we have interest. However, on the other cells, as you can see, they might have one or even two of these three keywords, but they don't have all three. This cell over here, or this row over here, is the only row which contains all of these three keywords, and that's why the value true has been returned here. So I'll quickly explain how this formula works right now. So the count A at the left hand side counts the number of keywords, which is equal to 3, and the search function on the right hand side of the formula does a search to find the three keywords within our dynamic table, and the isNumber function checks if a value retrieved from the search is a number or not. Now the double dash, which you can see placed before the isNumber function, is called a double unary operator, and it's used to convert a non-numeric Boolean value, that is values such as true and false, into binary values such as 1 and 0, so that the Excel array function can understand it. Now you don't necessarily need to understand how the formula works. What you need to understand is how to create a dynamic table, which is very simple. And once you do that, all you have to do is copy and paste this formula. You have to make sure instead of keywords, if you name your dynamic table anything else, you need to make sure you revise keywords over here. And also put in the correct cell reference at the tail end. Mine is B2, but yours might be different. And then click enter and drag it down. And as you can see, it has correctly indicated the cell which contains all of these three keywords. And this is how it's done. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If so, make sure you hit like so that YouTube would push this video out to more and more people. Also, if you're interested in my content, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, so you won't miss out on my future videos. That's all for today. Bye now.